So, what can I say about Fury of the Gods other than if you enjoyed the first Shazam movie, I think you're gonna enjoy this one because they're pretty much on par in terms of quality. I will say for this one, there's a little more action, there's a little more going on. The first movie, it was the origin story, and those always take a while to build up to. This time we have everybody returning to their roles, if everybody from the first film, and then we have the addition, of course, of Helen Mirren as Hespera and Lucy Liu as Calypso. They weren't bad. I mean, listen, DC, outside of the Nolan and the Reeves films, DC doesn't really have a good track record with their villains, making villains that we could really get behind. I do give them points that Helen Mirren, being the amazing actress she is, I feel like she brought a lot to the role of Hespera. Lucy Liu, she seemed a bit wooden in the role, and I think it's because she didn't quite know how to play the character, like what to go for. But it's not that they were terrible or anything. I just wish they had taken a little bit more time with these characters. Give us some villains that, we can get behind why they're doing what they want to do, because they actually have a really good reason for what they're doing here. Of course, they're going about it the wrong way. But the thing about it is, I feel like if they took a bit of time to develop that, let us spend a little more time with the sisters, the daughters of Atlas, as they're called here, we could have had some really solid villains instead of just these villains that kind of come and go. I'm tired of that. The good stuff, I did feel like the dramatic moments do hit home. There are not a lot of them, but when they do, they're effective. And because we are spending time with characters that we've already met, it's easier to root for them, to get behind them as a group. You want to see this family make it, whatever. Zachary Levi as Shazam, he's still having a lot of fun with the role. You could tell he really enjoys playing the character, as well as Ashley Angel. Am I saying his name right? Asha Angel, I think it is. As Billy Bastion, he's all grown up, but he still has that air of childness, that air of innocence that's needed for a character like this. Granted, the older he gets, the harder it's gonna be to pull that off, but overall, this movie, it was solid. It was fun. I had a good time with it. It did get better as it went along. I did feel like it was building up that momentum, and it kept that going. The opening and the finale were my favorite action sequences. They were really well shot, and I thought they were really well executed. I love the use of dark and light and the lightning and stuff in that final battle sequence. I thought that was really fun to look at. It was something different, and it suited the character, as opposed to, we do get some cool special effects from some of the like with the sisters and their powers, but for me, it was stuff that I'd kind of seen before. You've seen the whole manipulation of an environment in Doctor Strange. We've seen that sort of thing before. We also have some cameos here that I don't have an issue with. I think it works. I mean, it works, especially when you consider this is a whole this story here. It deals with gods and Greek gods and all that sort of thing. So I think most people kind of figure out pretty quickly, if it hasn't been spoiled for them, I won't spoil it, but who the cameo was. Other than that, guys, like I said before, like I said when I started this, if you like the first Shazam movie, I think you're gonna like this one. I do think they're on par with each other. This has a little bit more to offer, and it's just a fun popcorn flick. Of all the movies that DC has, or their lineup of heroes, I should say, this is the one I feel he has the least amount of pressure on him. He's just there to be this fun character, and hopefully we'll get to see him join up. I feel like DC is building towards that. We do get a post-credits that hints towards that, but he's a character that his movies can stand on his own and just be those fun movies that don't necessarily have anything super heavy going on in them. So yeah, if you're a fan of Shazam, I think you'll still be after seeing this.